Good morning, dear students. I'm a teacher of Bukhara State University. Today our theme is a series of motivation. Now let's talk about motivation. Motivation is factors within and outside an organism that cause it to behave a certain way at a certain time. Biological, emotional, cognitive, or social forces that activate and direct behavior. And three basic characteristics of motivation. Activation is demonstrated by the initiation or production of behavior. Persistence is demonstrated by continued efforts of the determination to achieve a particular goal, often in the face of obstacles. And series of motivation. I'm going to tell you some new words. Instinct, it means motivates are innate. And next, drive. Biological needs as motivation. Incentive, it means extrinsic things push or pull behavior. Arousal, it means people are motivated to maintain optimum level or arousal. And the next, humanistic, it is a hierarchy of needs. And the next, competence, demonstrating competence and exercising control in a situation. And achievement, it means directed toward excelling, succeeding, or outperforming others at some task. And the next, self-determination, it means intrinsic and extrinsic and motivation. And now let's talk about historic explanations and instincts. Instinct theory is emerging in the late 1800s, and instinct theories contended that certain human behaviors are innate and due to evolutionary programming. A complex, inherited, unlearned behavior that is rigidly patterned throughout a series. Animals display automatic and instinctual behavior patterns called fixed action patterns. And William James listed 77 instincts. And instinct theories merely describe and label behaviors rather than actually explaining them. And now let's talk about some new words. James' list of human instincts, they are attachment, fear, disgust, rivalry, greediness, suspicion, hunting, play, shame, and anger. And the next, resentment, curiosity, shyness, sociability, bashfulness, secretiveness, cleanliness, modesty, love, parental loss. They are the James list of James list of human instincts. And now let's talk about drives. Beginning in the 1920s, organism feels tension created by imbalances, pushes organism to restore the balance, typically reducing the drive, restoring homeostasis, and part of drive reduction theory. And drive reduction theory is the idea that a psychological need creates an aroused tension state that motivates an organism to satisfy the need. And the next, eating and drinking are examples of drive reducing behaviors. And the last one is you can't explain why people often engage in behaviors that serve to increase tension and physiological arousal. And drives as tissue needs. And the first one is homeostasis. It means the constancy of internal conditions that the body must actively maintain. Drives may be due to an upset in homeostasis, inducing behavior to correct the imbalance. And animals do behave in accordance with their tissue needs. However, homeostasis cannot explain all drives. Drive reduction theory, it means need is for food and water. Let's talk about incentive theory. Behavior motivated by the pool of external goals such as rewards, money, and recognition drew heavily from well-established learning principles such as reinforcement and the work of learning theorists such as Pavlov, Watson, Skinner, and Tolman. Tolman also stressed the importance of cognitive factors in learning and motivation, especially the expectation that a particular behavior will lead to a particular goal, and fails to explain behaviors that are not primarily motivated by any kind of external incentive. Now let's talk about biological explanations, arousal theories. Arousal theory is the levels of alertness and responsiveness, and people are motivated to maintain an optimum level of arousal, neither too high nor too low. And curiosity motive help us understand our environment. And let's talk about Yerkes-Dodson Law, about his theory that a degree of psychological arousal helps performance, but only up to a certain point. Optimum level of arousal depends on the difficulty of the task. Each person has an optimum level of stimulation they like to maintain. And now let's talk about Maslow's characteristics of self-actualized people. Self-actualized people have accurate perceptions of themselves, others, and external reality. They easily accept themselves and others as they are. And spontaneously, they are self-actualized people are spontaneous, natural, and open in their behavior and thoughts. However, they can easily conform to conventional rules and expectations when situations demand such behavior. And problems centering, it is self-actualized people focus on problems outside themselves. They often dedicate themselves to a larger purpose in life, which is based on ethics or a sense of personal responsibility. Autonomy, they accept and enjoy other people. Self-actualized individuals have a strong need for privacy and independence. They focus on their own potential and development rather than on the opinions of others. And let's talk about the achievements and about success. Measures of achievement motivation generally correlate well with various areas of success. People who score high in achievement motivation expend their greatest efforts on moderately challenging tasks. High achievers tend to display original thinking, seek expert advice, and value feedback about their performances. Now let's continue our theme. At the end of the lesson, I am going to tell you to give you some tasks. You should read all the topics and you should explain them with your new words.